Yeah. Okay, we're going to get started. So I just wanted to start off by thanking everyone for coming. Obviously, our guests, our participants, our speakers. So I'd like to introduce myself. My name's Amy Resch. I'm the System Administrator for Berks County Public Library System. And welcome to today's EnChroma live event reveal. So before we begin with today's event, I want to share a story with all of you. One that was reported by the Reading Eagle and started right here in Morgantown just over 30 years ago. Phyllis Gaiman, a mother of two young children at the time, Pearl, Joy, and Philip, started reading stories to her children, but she struggled to pronounce some of the words. You see, Miss Gaiman was deaf, and she was concerned she was not pronouncing the words correctly when she read aloud to her children. She turned to the village library in Morgantown for help, hoping they would be able to provide some cassette tapes of children's stories. At that time in the summer of 1987, there were no tapes available at the village library for Mrs. Gaiman to borrow. But that didn't deter the village librarian, Jean Smith, or Berks County Public Library System's Esther Fisher from finding a solution to Phyllis's problem. Later that year, the library system increased the read-along cassettes collection to include 162 titles of classic and modern children's picture books. The collection was circulated in small groups to the 12-member libraries so that all locations, including Village, always had tapes available. The goal of the Berks County Public Library System is 1987 remains the same today, to improve library service in Berks County. We've come a long way since then and have since established a similar accessibility collection today. We are less than 1 week away from celebrating our 35th anniversary of the library system, and we're here today to reveal the addition of EnChroma colorblind glasses to the countywide collection. This effort would not have been possible without the support from our county commissioners, some of whom are here with us today. I'm so pleased to welcome Berks County Commissioner Christian Leinbach, who would like to share a few words.
Thank you very much. For me, this is a little bit like coming home. I was just sharing, in 1981, my wife and I first lived in St. Peter's Village. We shopped right up here, if you remember Farmer Brown's. When I was 17 years old, I started playing fast-pitch softball for the Twin Slope Farmers Market softball team, which used to be right up here. But what I also remember is when my wife and I got married, one of the first places she had a library card was here at the village library. So I want to share a couple statistics with you. These were a surprise to me. If you look at the issue of color blindness, 1 in 12 males are colorblind. 1 in 200 females are colorblind. I did not know the disparity was that great, that there are overwhelmingly more men than women that deal with color blindness. Now you might think, as I did when I first heard about this, okay, is this a significant issue in Berks County? If you look at those statistics, there are approximately 17,500 colorblind people in Berks County. So the answer is yes, this is something that is an issue, and this is something that the Berks County Library System, along with the Village Library, are seeking to address. And it fits very well another effort that was just started in March of this year, and that is with the Berks County Library Association, the American Sign Language program that has begun. It's about accessibility. And we as commissioners, and all three commissioners are here now, my colleague Commissioner Kevin Barnhart, wave, and Commissioner Michael Rivera. I got to tell you, all three of us get along very well. All three of us believe very much in our library system. And I will tell you, we're fans of Amy Resch and her team. They're doing amazing work. And Commissioner Barnhart, I just realized that. He held up, you can do that, hold up your sign. It says, I'm a fan. Well, we're fans too, and thank you for coming here, joining us. Thank you that we can celebrate our 35th anniversary of the system. And let's move on with the program. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much, Commissioner Leinbach. And we so appreciate the Commissioner's support to continue our mission to provide excellent service to the people of Berks County. So next, I would like to present Lisa Betts. She's the president of the Village Library Morgantown's Board of Trustees. Lisa?
Well, I have not been in the area quite as long as our commissioner here, but I have been a patron of the Village Library for 29 years. So I have, for a very long time, appreciated what a wonderful thing it is to have a local library that you can pop in, that the people that work there know your name, that your children can look forward to coming to the library and finding new books. So over the years, I have found ways to volunteer, and I'm currently the board chair. So Morgantown is kind of a unique community. We're at the convergence of 3 different counties. So we have patrons and volunteers and donors who come from Lancaster and Chester counties as well as Berks County. On the one hand, we're at the edge of Amish farm country, so we may be the only library in Berks County that has a hitching post in the parking lot. But we're also a turnpike exit, so we're a bedroom community for people that work in Philadelphia. So we have quite an interesting mix of people, but you know what? The wonderful thing about libraries is that there's something for everybody. And we try hard to be that library. Like every library, we have faced challenges over the past year, but one of our particular challenges is that we hired a new library director, and she started the week everything shut down. So Maria, our wonderful new director, has done an excellent job of rising to the occasion and leading us through very well, very capably, and her staff has also risen to the occasion. You know, within a couple of weeks of everything shutting down, our not tech-savvy children's librarian was doing virtual story times. They did grab and go activities to go with the crafts, and so we did our very best to continue to meet the needs of the community through the challenges. We upped our social media focus. We have gained new patrons over the course of this shutdown because of Maria's and our virtual programming. During the pandemic, we partnered with It Takes a Village to include a free little pantry filled with food and hygiene products that's right over there, open to the public anytime. We also upgraded our Wi-Fi signal so that while we were closed, patrons could still come and use our free Wi-Fi from the parking lot, because there are a lot of people who count on us to have that connectivity to the internet. Looking ahead, we just recently kicked our summer reading program off with a tent book sale. It's always a very popular thing to have the book sale, and there was such a pent-up demand to get back to these normal things that everyone has missed. So we appreciate our loyal people who come back year after year. And we sort our books really well, so people like us. And we look forward to opening our newly renovated community room, in the very near future. We had just finished that program too, getting new flooring and new furniture and everything when everything shut down. And we're in the process of applying for grants to help us renovate our flower beds, and we plan to include an outdoor seating area so we can do outdoor programming and outdoor story times. So we're looking forward to being able to do a better job of that kind of thing. We're also teaming up with Schwartz's Farm in Moton to do a special baby goat story time in July, and I hear that's already been sold out. So we are always looking to partner with other community organizations to work together to serve our community in any way. And I just want to say in closing, thanks to our wonderful staff, our dedicated trustees, and the wonderful donors. We have a list of some of our business donors back there. We also have, of course, lots of generous local people who keep us going. So thank you for coming. And I'm excited to hear about the glasses.
Okay, thank you so much, Lisa, for sharing a few words. So we are moving to the main event, and it's going to be I'm so excited that we have 5 volunteers here today to try on the EnChroma colorblind glasses, some of which for the first time. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to ask all of our volunteers to come stand in a semicircle-ish around the podium. And what we're going to do is we'll go one by one, and you will introduce yourselves with your name, your age, where you're from, what you do for a living, and how color blindness affects you.
That was a lot.
I know, I can go through them again.
My name is Sean Fees. I'm an elementary music teacher. I'm 39. That was half the list I think I got there.
And
how it affects me.
Yes.
I've been colorblind my whole life. I didn't know I was colorblind until I was in about 5th grade. Walking in a grocery store, I saw a family wearing all sweatpants. I thought it was gray, but it was pink. Since then, I was tested and found out, and it's kind of affected how you deal with things and what you deal with. I think one of the reasons I wanted to be a music teacher was because I really can't see as many colors as most of my colleagues. And so what's interesting to me is it's fun to be able to hopefully be able to change things.
Wonderful, thank you for sharing, Sean. Next.
My name's Randy. I'm 42, retail services manager. Grew up in this area. Actually, I went to Twin Valley. And color blindness for me, I have a pretty severe case. Growing up, they didn't have the expansive testing they have now, so they thought I was monochromatic, so everything would be black, whites, and grays. Later on, going through this process, I found out that's not the case. There's actually, the glasses can help out. But everything in life is color-based. Makes it a little tough to navigate through everyday things, and my wife and I have 4 kids, so everything I had trouble with growing up with me, we had to go through with each of the kids too. So excited to see what it does.
Wonderful, thank you for sharing.
Darren
Darren?
Ernfield. I'm currently a probation officer, and previously I was an electrician. I'm 41 years of age, and as you know, being an electrician, you really have to pay attention to what colors you're dealing with, and it requires you to really know what you're doing. And I did that for 10 years. And it was great. You just had to pay a little more attention, and every once in a while ask people just to make sure that you knew the right color. Since then, changing and working at probation, when they ask for descriptions, vehicle colors, what someone was wearing, it kind of makes it a little bit difficult to give an accurate description. Growing up, it was kind of always, in kindergarten, it was one of those things where it was like, there's something not quite right, is this kid a little slow? What's going on? And kind of, that's when they found out that I was colorblind. And ever since then, like these guys said, everything is color-based. So when it comes to dressing yourself and, matching clothing, I'm not very good at that. So I tend to wear a lot of contrasting colors. And just kind of asking, a lot of it,
Everyone's nodding up here.
You kind of rely on a lot of other people and their cues as to what's going on and what colors are what, and a lot of it you fill in the blanks, kind of. Typically a guy wouldn't be wearing a purple shirt or something like that, so you automatically assume it's blue. Or you automatically assume different colors when sometimes it's not the case. But yeah, it's pretty much affects your whole life, like forever.
Right. Thank you for sharing. Tyler?
I'm Tyler. I go to school at Lampeter, Strasburg. I also work at Willow Valley Retirement Center. I'm 16, and colorblind. It's affected me a little bit, just because I haven't done anything outside of school. I mean, like messing up colors for coloring assignments, get a couple points knocked off in like bio or chem.
Right.
But it's just knowing that little bit of like, I know this is wrong, but I don't know what's the right way to do it. So asking friends and then having friends mess with you and be like, oh, it's this color versus this color. So, and I guess matching too. I just always wear black, white, and gray most of the time. It works, but yeah. Driving too is a big thing because the lights are red, yellow, green. Just got to remember all those. And
What about when you go to the beach and they're on the side?
Yeah, that's.
Oh no, I never thought about that.
yeah, it's definitely an obstacle. It's
Right.
been a troubling thing, but I've definitely found ways through it. I have the glasses. I've had them since 2016, I think. Christmas. It was a big thing, life-changing. I use them I use them now and then because I don't want to mess them up. I mean, I fall a lot, but yeah, it's there, I guess.
Well, thank you. And Stephen.
Yeah, hi, I'm Stephen McCready. I live in Morgantown. I'm an audiovisual tech. So my case is a little milder, and but it still is more of what everybody else has said so far. It's a lot of second guessing, asking people. For me, I'm not really quite sure. For instance, in my job, I might be setting a projector and really have to try to color correct and know what's going on the screen, and sometimes I don't know. I got tested in elementary school, and I failed it so hard that they asked me to try to trace some kind of number, and the kid next to me told me it was a 7 or something, and I did not get it at all. So it's enough that I know that there's some kind of color blindness.
Thank you all for sharing. So do you have any questions?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions from the...
Randy, are your children colorblind? No. Okay.
So that
question.
raises question, do they know, is it genetic?
Yeah, it is
Typically.
It
genetic.
is genetic.
It's generally passed from the mother, correct?
Yeah.
It's
So
through
your
the
mother
X
had
chromosome.
It's
Through the X chromosome.
had it passed.
My mother was not colorblind, but
No.
my grandfather was. So.
Right, not
Oh.
colorblind, but
The
daughter,
chromosome.
the daughter gets the chromosome.
She can be a carrier.
And she
Right.
carries it to her son.
We're all learning quite a bit about colorblindness. I know that Emily too has been learning a lot about it. So, does the media have any questions? Make sure. Okay, so
Put a plug in for Berks Weekly.
Yes, Berks
because
Weekly.
they are everywhere. And when you look at Berks County right now, other than 69 News, they are the ones that really cover the local news, and we appreciate it.
Okay, so gentlemen, we're going to ask you to go over and see Allison, and she's going to that not put them on. We say 1, 2, 3, so everybody puts them on at the same time, okay?
And if any of the families want to come over
Oh yes,
here,
and your family can come over here so you can video or.
I need these ones back.
Yes, you got it.
And the sun's coming out.
Right.
I know.
Right. These ones are yours. Tyler.
So we're going to ask you, once you get your glasses, to stand in a line here facing the tent.
I believe. Tyler, these as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You think it'll make a difference? At the end of the day,
Yeah.
right? If we can just all kind of arc right here.
Wherever you want.
Right, does everyone have them, Allison? Yep. Okay. So I'm going to ask you to count with me. 1, 2, 3. So, did anybody see anything yet? Or do we need some more time? Let things.
We need a minute or so.
Things are vivid.
Your eyes
Like,
do
it's
need
crazy.
to adjust sometimes.
This is
so.
not the
The
color I
table-
thought it was.
No.
Not at all.
It's bright.
That's really bright, yeah. These are pink. I would have never guessed that either.
So what's
very
popping
bright.
out at you that is different than you were expecting?
For me, like I've had an idea of what red is, and it's not. So, red without the glasses for me is very dark, very muted. Muted, I guess, but like now it's very poppy. I drive the red Mini. I don't know if I would have bought that if I was able to see, because it's a darker color for me. So.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything popping out at them that they were not expecting, or that's like really shocking for them?
Grass. I mean, everything.
Grass,
It's so much
okay.
vivid, more vivid.
It's kind of hard to explain.
It's really hard, yeah.
Like,
What are you noticing? What are you seeing now that's catching your eye?
Color.
yeah, like you said.
Yeah, that I would have never
Right.
guessed. That table is.
Opposites, green, yellow. Like what I see is, well, what I guess I see is green is very, it switches. So what would be very bright is very not bright now, and
Yeah.
opposite.
How do you feel? Is it
Different.
Yes. It's kind of like, do I need to relearn my colors?
Yeah, right.
Like,
yes?
Yeah, right.
It sounds a little unsettling.
And the glasses look good to boot.
They do.
They do. They look sharp. I would never know they're special glasses. They just look. They look
They look
cool.
nice. Yeah.
It's hard to.
And
It's
you
hard
have
to.
a couple different styles. So you have some that go over the glasses.
So yes, the ones that the participants are wearing that go over the glasses, they're the ones that the library will be offering, because we have ones for people that wear corrective lenses and not. And then EnChroma will be sending the people that have prescription lenses their own set based on their prescription.
That's awesome.
So the people that are wearing their regular glasses, or the ones that aren't fit over style, those are theirs to take home today.
And is this being rolled out at all of the member libraries,
So-
or starting here?
All of the libraries, we share everything already. So all patrons will have to do is go to their local library and request it, or they can do it online at berkslibraries.org.
Amy, what does a non-colorblind person see through these glasses?
It's exactly the same. We all tried them on.
Okay.
Well, we were just curious. So
Well, that's a good thing, because maybe you look at it and say,
And we
"Hey,
didn't
these
know."
aren't the right colors.
Right, yeah, so we all tried them on at the office, and they were exactly the same.
So that
What a-
raises a question. Can you explain
Really?
what it is the glasses actually do? Because I know there are certain sunglasses you can buy right now, fairly expensive, that make things sharper and more vivid. But you're telling what we're hearing is they're seeing colors they didn't see before. You put them on, and some of your staff, and you see the same colors. How does it work?
Emily is going to explain it.
Who's that? Emily?
Emily's
Can you
gonna
explain,
it.
Emily?
Sure, yes. I'm actually going to get a visual to kind of help walk through this, because again, I learned a lot through this project, not really knowing too much about color blindness before. So, thank you, Leslie. What that does is color blindness comes from when photoreceptors in your eye tend to overlap. So it's hard to distinguish between those two colors. Or any colors, again, that overlap. So what the glasses do, in a sense, is it causes separation between those receptors, so that distinguishing color is then a little easier. So it's not really going to affect people who don't have that overlap, but those that do will experience, again, life in more vivid color.
So basically, glasses do nothing for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now that you said that it looks the same to someone who doesn't have color blindness,
Yes.
now I can actually answer you, because it looks totally different. Like it looks, yeah, it's. Well, I have to check it. I was looking for some sort of what it's like against my normal vision without it, and if you're saying that it doesn't do anything for someone who doesn't have color blind, it's really different. It looks tinted, but I don't really. I guess my normal vision is the thing that's tinted, and yeah, it looks, to me it looks more saturated, but definitely vivid, like you guys are saying. And it's almost like if you were going to kind of color in a coloring book, it looks more like someone chose it. Like the primary colors look more primary to me, in some, if that makes sense. I don't know.
So what are you guys excited to do with these glasses now that you have them?
I want to see the fall leaves.
There you go. Tyler, anything different?
A lot. I was like looking at the grass and the trees. I like the different greens, because that's something you don't really ever. I don't ever really get to see much.
So the different shades of green.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, I want to see a rainbow.
I was hoping we were going to have one today,
Yeah.
but it doesn't look like one's going to come out.
So what about the computer screen, movie, television? How, Emily, do you know how that is affected? A movie, looking at a computer screen, television, how's that affected by the glasses?
Well, right now we actually only have outdoor glasses at the moment. We were going to see if there was a lot of interest in the county if people were borrowing them, and we were going to try and incorporate indoor glasses.
Gentlemen, if they have interest, glasses that would be indoor.
Yes, because that'll really help in places like museum where, you know, color really matters. Like there's a very distinct difference with what you see indoors. So again, we have 8 pairs of glasses now that are going to be added to the countywide collection for outdoor use that you guys are experiencing right now. And down the line, we hope to add additional indoor color versions.
Tyler, are the ones you said you have a pair, are they indoor glasses?
No, they're outdoor too.
They're outdoor.
Yeah, that's why if I get dressed in the morning, it's mostly just this compared to I don't know if I want to get dressed outside.
Good. This is a really great opportunity for the library to do this.
Yeah.
I know I'm very thankful. If I had known that this was an option, I would have absolutely gone to check them out. Personally, I would. I think, I mean, just to know what it is that I'm missing. I feel like for so long, my students often make fun of me because I will say something and I will be absolutely wrong, and then they go, "Oh, what's this color and what's this color?" And people love to test you, and you know you get good at the color game because well, like, oh, you know, what color is this grass? Well, it's not red. Right. I mean, I know it's green, so
Says it's green.
you know, they like to ask, especially because I teach elementary kids. But you know, it's a really great opportunity for us, and I would absolutely check some out through the library. I think it's a great program. So.
Thanks, Sean. Are you going to be taking those glasses into school then and showing those kids?
When I specifically had requested for a pair of glasses that were not sunglasses because I want to be able to use it with my students, and I think that's important.
Oh, nice. So, participants, if you wouldn't mind coming back under here, and if everyone's going to take this, we're going to wrap up the program. So.
It's the outdoor for the sun, so we can see what it looks like inside.
Appreciation hearing from you guys. Thank you. Thank you very much. I have a totally different
And we'll do
appreciation.
some follow-up questions.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's not the
Is he in the Phillies for the first time?
I know.
Doesn't like the colors.
Doesn't like the color.
Oh,
He doesn't like red.
okay. So if you guys want to come up one at a time and just talk about first experience in seeing fully in color.
First experience seen in full color. It's completely different. Like, it was so much more vivid than I've been dealing with my whole life. When she held up the bean bags, it was like, oh wow, that one's red, that one's green. Like, I could kind of finally see that. Before, everything just kind of melts together and you don't really, I don't know, it kind of adds like a little bit of joy, you know, like a little bit of quality of life that you can, you know, actually see colors that everyone else has been enjoying forever. So I'm definitely thankful to the library and EnChroma for this opportunity, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm also very thankful. I think this is it's definitely life changing. This gentleman over here wearing a shirt, I have no idea what color it is that you're wearing because I need to go back and relearn my colors again. I really do believe that. I have absolutely know what it is, but it's so vivid and so bright, and it's really fantastic. I really look forward to being able to use them, and I also agree that I'm thankful to the library system for doing this, and I hope that you're able to get the word out more people to try them, because it is life changing.
It's different. 42 years. I think if I had this opportunity at Tyler's age, it would have probably been a different lifestyle. The conflict in my head a little bit is I've known everything one way. And I will look around and I look for details, and that's how I describe my life, is in details. How many chairs, how wide the tent is, not the green chairs or the white tent with the blue and red balloons, I'm guessing still. Same. Go back and learn colors, because they're 100% different than what we've already seen them. But it's a great opportunity. I'm thankful for it. It's colors come up every day. What color is this? What color is that? Where is this at? It's next to that thing that's that color. So it's an opportunity to communicate with people that in a language that you've never been able to speak. So I'm thankful for it. It's nice.
So it's just really like a whole new world, I guess, because it's like, as everyone else said, it's like learning a whole different, like, sorry. It's learning so much new things. You have to adjust everything. Like before, it's like these main four, and then now you see everything in between it. So like looking at different, like the balloon, just different, and seeing just, I can't explain it good. Sorry, it's it's just different, and it's hard to learn and adjust to it, because like you said, everything's like you're used to it, you go by it, you live by that, and then once it changes, you're just kind of like shocked. Just can't take a smile off my face. It's just like everything's it's brighter, it's different, it's more vivid, it's just a whole new world, I guess.
Just want to say it's been really fun. I think that's why I mostly did it, as sort of a exploratory experiment, just to know how everyone else sees the world. Really, everything they said, and just realizing what I'm used to is not really accurate. I mean, I take them off and everything looks kind of just really totally different and kind of washed out and pale, and these makes it a lot more balanced, I think. So I mean, I look forward to using them kind of in practice and put them to use, and I just want to thank Morgantown Library and libraries in general. I think making things available to the public is so important and the way to go, and can help everybody solve a lot of problems and makes generally the world a better place.
Well, that was just about perfect way to end things. So I just want to take a moment to thank Maria and the Village Library Morgantown, and of course her president Lisa, for hosting us today. We were so grateful to have a wonderful venue and some great weather too. So I'd like to encourage everyone to visit the tables in the back to have some refreshments. So thank you again, everyone, for coming. We really appreciated seeing all of you, and thank you to our participants.